Testing. No.
Nope.
Try 4. Try 4.
Hello.
Yeah, it's 4.
What is wrong with the microphone?
Something wrong with 3.
Okay, let me take this microphone from afar.
Yeah, nobody fixed it. We just thought
Maybe we should tell them that it's
fixed.
broken.
Or it's, yeah.
We're some of the only DJs that use these other microphones, right? Everybody else is like a solo.
Yeah, but when people have musicians in,
Yeah.
if they still do, I don't know. People have live shows here, and they use all the mics, but not this week.
Guess not.
I can check after.
Yeah, we probably should tell them that it's broken.
Yeah, I have to lift up the board to look. So that's why I didn't last week, because I didn't want to lift up the board, the soundboard. Yeah, because these wires go underneath. So that was a little too complicated to try to
I don't think you better
handle.
lift up the board.
Yeah, because what if something else got loose while I was picking it up? And then the whole station would fall down. You know?
I do know.
Yeah, so, hey, welcome. We made it. I can't
We
believe
did.
it.
Christina had to come and be my Uber this morning because I had a dead car. Well, it's not dead. It turns on, but then when you drive it, it tells you that it's going to be dead. And I just didn't want to be dead on the side of the road and walking.
Yeah.
So that's...
Yeah, so thanks for letting me drive up your driveway.
Thanks for getting me. My driveway's awful right now.
It's just frozen mud. Frozen ruts.
Giant deep ruts from the log trucks that have been coming and going.
Well, it's icy today, and there's like ice jams. There's ice jams everywhere.
That was crazy weather yesterday. It was so windy and so snowy at my house. It was total whiteouts. Every time I went out to deal with the sheep, I was like the little house on the prairie, like Pa, like feeling his way along the clothesline to the stable. Like that's what it felt like. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I just kind of stayed in my tracks I have a little path, but my footprints would be completely blown over by the time I came back again.
I know,
so.
but it got sunny just for like a half an hour.
Not in my house.
Well, it did for maybe 20 minutes or half an hour, so I ran out to try to clean off my solar panels just in case, but I couldn't get the ice off.
Oh no!
So I thought, well, so what?
Can you like pour hot water or anything on your solar panels, or does that harm them?
Ugh, that would be a pain.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it out there in a sufficient quantities for it to actually perform. So you just wait. Or
is
for
there
the
like
sun.
a de-icer you can use? I mean, you probably don't want to pour or put things like salt on your solar panels, right?
Yeah, no. You can use, like what you use on your car windshield. And I almost resorted to that, but...
I'm just saying, they ought to come up with something for people to clean solar panels off of ice.
Well, they did
safe.
that too. I mean, people sometimes have little heaters that heat on them.
That seems stupid because heaters take an inordinate amount of power and you're not wanting to waste power.
I know, but if you're on grid... if you're grid tied,
if you're on grid, then you probably don't care about getting all the ice off your solar panels right then.
You're just in it for the profit motive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to sell your power back to the big man. Yeah. Back to the man. So, anyway, no. It was just old school yesterday. And this morning it's so icy.
It really is.
So.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Should I introduce our show?
Yeah.
Get the hair off my microphone.
Do it. I can't wait to hear you say it. The name of the show. So excited.
It's good that people never use the microphones over here because that means I'm less likely of getting the coronavirus than you.
Yeah, but you might get Legionnaire's disease.
What's that?
That's another form of flu, just like coronavirus.
I thought that was something they just got on like the Star Trek Voyager or whatever.
No, they just keep making this stuff in laboratories, and it keeps escaping. Ha ha.
Oops. Oopsie. Okay, you guys are being infected by 11th Hour Radio right now. Coming to you live from Royalton Community Radio, 96.5 WFVRLP with Kristina Stykos and Emily Howe. Thank you, sponsors and underwriters. I'm going to say them without the book.
Okay.
Except for I don't...
Just go slow.
I don't remember...
Give yourself time.
Do you know them all so that if I mess up... I know we still have Howvale Farms. Yeah. I know we still have...
That place on the corner. That place on the corner.
I know. I'm just blanking. Hold on a second.
Starts
Five
with
Old Tavern and Grill. Do we have Safe Line now?
Yeah.
And...
Why did you offer to do this when
I
you're
don't
like,
know. That's why I
just next week.
No, finish.
You can study.
We don't have Mountain Folk anymore or Tunbridge
Yes, we
Grease.
do.
Oh, okay. All right. But we
Mountain
don't have
Folk.
Tunbridge Grease Collective anymore. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Maybe he's not collecting grease. I don't know.
I haven't seen Todd drive the Grease Mobile lately.
That's the issue. He'd like to be a sponsor. He just doesn't. He's not collecting grease currently. It's too cold.
And Mountain Folk not?
No, he's doing that.
No, but is not a sponsor of us.
They are.
Okay. And Rivendell Restoration is or isn't? No, it's not right now.
No, because
it's winter and he's not restoring things.
Well, unless he's inside painting, he could be.
I guess. You know.
Oh, wow. I give up.
Whatever. It was a one-time sponsor a while ago.
Yeah.
And he still loves us,
well,
even if it's not sponsoring
Let's
us.
move on to spelling words.
Okay. I have a pen and a wrinkly piece of paper here.
Okay. Pneumonia.
Ugh, I can spell pneumonia.
No, you cannot. I know you know the pinema part.
Pneumonia.
The penegmatic. Phlegmatic. What's the kind of gun? Pneumatic. We talked about that before. Pneumatic guns.
I thought they were like candy making factories are pneumatic. Isn't that like a type of hydraulic? What does pneumatic even mean? P-N-E. Hang on.
It's like a nail gun.
Is there a U there? P-N-E-U?
See, you thought it was easy, but it's not as easy as you think. It's like
Is it P-N-E-U? Does it have that U there? Or is it just... Okay.
Good.
P-N-E-U-M-O-N-I-A.
Good. That's very good. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, you want to know how many people get Legionnaire's disease every year?
No.
This is just to prove a point.
Yes, I do.
10,000 to 18,000.
Is that a lot?
Okay. Yes, that's a lot.
Well, it's only like 10 times more than people that I have in my town.
Well, they're making such a big thing out of this corona thing. And it's it's like all these people die from all these other flus all the time. So
they should just be like, boom, we discovered a new strain of a cold virus that's going around and everyone's catching it.
Yeah.
That's what they should actually say.
I think there's...
And they should say, sometimes, in rare cases, people with very compromised immune systems can die even from a common cold.
Exactly.
That's what they should say.
Sure. And since
cold season is jacked the frig up right now, wash your hands, like, a lot.
Soap is good.
Yeah.
Don't use...
And you're supposed to sing the song Happy Birthday twice to yourself when you're washing your hands.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's how long you're supposed to be washing your hands. So if you people are not singing Happy Birthday in your head or out loud if you choose.
You're a font of wisdom once again. How did you know that?
I have a lot of song references because my memory, like I have a terrible memory for people's names or things like that, but I almost never forget song lyrics if I even hear them once. Like anything set to music is stuck in my head.
Yeah, but I'm not asking you for the lyrics of
I know,
the Happy Birthday
things
song.
in reference to song lyrics also stick in my head. Like you're supposed to do chest compressions to to the beat of Staying Alive. Staying Alive. You are.
Okay.
So things like that just stick in my head.
Okay.
I'm a weirdo.
I just think it's really cool. I'm your fan. I'm your biggest fan. I'm telling you.
Well, somebody's got to be. No one else is my biggest fan this week.
Okay. Well, so I just want to say I think the coronavirus thing, it's political, largely political. It's being used as a kind of political football to do all kinds of things.
And if you can scare people, you can control people.
Exactly. So, but there was a hotel that shut down because of Legionnaires.
Oh, I think they're not. I think they're not allowing spectators at like some of the outdoor Olympic events in France because of that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Legionnaire's disease, and it was right across from Pico, right over across from Pico.
Recently?
No, it was years ago. It's still shut down. I drive by there because I went to Manchester.
They shut that down because of Legionnaire's disease? Yeah. I thought they just shut that down because it was a crappy bar. Are you talking about that bar that's shut down? What are you talking about?
That's a whole hotel. It's like a big hotel.
Oh, crap. That was a crappy hotel. What is it? The one that says like Edelweiss on it? That one?
No, not Edelweiss. That's a nice hotel. I mean,
it's shut though.
It's funky.
No, it's just the ski
industry is... What was wrong with the bar?
Oh, that bar that has like the cowboy boot on it? That one has just changed hands like a ton of times.
What are you talking about?
It's a country western bar.
Called Edelweiss? I don't think so.
No, that's a different... I'm just thinking of all the... There's about like 5 totally empty and abandoned businesses kind of across from
I need
Payco.
my tea. I can't take this.
There's just a lot of them.
Okay, well,
they've gone just bankrupt. It has nothing to do with Legionnaire's disease.
No, but there's a huge hotel. It's been abandoned. It just looks so weird because it's abandoned.
Oh yeah, that's like a Quality Inn or something.
Yeah,
I know
but
what you're
it's
talking
not.
about.
It's some other kind. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it looks like it would be a normal hotel, not a Vermont hotel, right?
It does. It's
like
very
a hotel
spooky.
in someplace
Yeah,
else.
it's probably got like ghosts.
Yeah, see,
in it
that
now.
doesn't do well in Vermont.
What doesn't?
Hotels that like are supposed to be other places.
Like a chain?
Right.
There's so many chain hotels in Vermont, don't you think?
Not really. Not around here.
Are you kidding?
That's kind of a complaint that almost all of our wedding couples that get married at our house have, is there's no place for anyone to stay except for Airbnbs.
What's the one in Hartford that's so like skanky? You know, as you come into
We're gonna get sued.
Well, no, it's true. That's right off the highway, just as you come into White River Junction on Route 5. You know that one?
Oh, all of those tons out there. They're all yucky.
But they have a certain look. Like,
yeah, they do.
I'd like to go photograph them.
Oh my
for
god!
posterity.
So for some reason, I've just been having like fits of like hideous depression all week long. But well, it's vacation week.
Hideous depression.
My kids are gone, which is horrible. Like having a vacation week from school when you're self-employed with your own business, it doesn't mean anything. And plus, the only fun thing that could happen, like your kids are off of school, like they're not even with me this week, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
And John's been coming home at like 8, 9, 10 every night from work, so I'm usually like in bed by the time he gets home. Yeah. So it's been just a crappy week where I've just had to do work and then just other crappy things like cleaning. But, okay, where was I going? Oh, right, hotels where you want to explore and take pictures. So randomly at lunchtime one day, I clicked on a YouTube video that popped up suggested for me that was like, these people just take cameras and they find out where like abandoned buildings are, abandoned hotels, abandoned resorts. You know, they're, and then they just like basically break in somehow, and then they just take the viewer through everything, like, and they photograph all these things, like past things of old, you know, people. Oh. It's so cool. And I got sucked in and I like couldn't even stop. I watched them for the rest of the afternoon.
Like, what do you get to see that's so cool?
Everything. Like, they open drawers. They don't touch. They're
like, you see office supplies. That's so cool.
No, but these are things that are like abandoned from like years and years and years ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah. So like, you know, we went through like a Victorian home that had literally been. It was still kind of standing, and they had to be careful because they would fall through the floors in some spots, but still had like the stuff in it.
Oh, kind of antique-y.
Yeah. But, you know, just neat little snippets of
retro
life.
Of retro.
They went through like a Catskills resort that was abandoned like a long time ago. Well, it wasn't that long ago. It's so amazing that like it was abandoned in the 90s or whatever. It went from, you know, like the early 1900s through the 90s. So almost 100 years. Mm-hmm. And then they like took you all through, and it was just interesting to see like, you know, holes in the ceiling, and moss was like growing on beds, and just everything was left, and it was cool.
That's very cool. Have you seen those guys who fly drones like inside abandoned factories? Like they'll go to places where, you know, these really stark, strange industrial environments, and they'll fly their drones through these big empty caverns, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, check that out, because if you're into the thing that you just described, which I can't,
I went through
I can't think of how to describe what you were just describing, but this is kind of like what you were describing, except like, different genre.
There's different channels too. There's certain guys that do it that are really popular because they really like bring you with it. Like they act like they're talking to you. They're like, "Oh my God, look at this, you guys!" And like, you know, they make sure that you're with them. And
do you think they're like making money on it?
I don't know. Like they all have Patreon pages that say like, if you like what we do,
why don't we
give us a few dollars so that we can do this full time? So clearly they do something else. But
couldn't we do that somehow?
Yeah, but some of these were so sad. Like every one of these houses, they try to go through and give you like try to do as much research as they can later after they've broken in and done all this.
So that's part of the fun.
They usually don't tell viewers the exact location of it because of vandals and stuff.
Yes.
But the vandalism you already see in these houses are so sad, and often when they tell you the history, you find out that the whole place is going to be torn down soon or whatever. And a lot of these places are so beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
They like went through this amazing like old boarding school / monastery one time, and they're like, it was just gorgeous, like the woodwork and everything. It was totally salvageable, and they're like, this is going to be torn down for townhouses.
Yeah. There's places in Vermont, like, you remember that factory in Post Mills that was right next to the...
Yeah, there's so many neat old factories
really
right on the river.
building.
So cool.
Yeah, and it's just, it takes so much money to restore things. So they get, but they're such cool buildings. There used to be...
Less and less people have money to do that.
In Barrie, there was that really cool brick building that got taken down, and then they put up Abishon's Hardware.
The sad thing about the Catskills Resort one that I was flying through with them,
Rip Van Winkle country.
Was so gorgeous, and it had like, marble walls and pillars. And as they were filming, they kept seeing these little they look like a biohazard symbol, sort of, that was like spray painted on walls and spot. But it was spots wherever people are going to put dynamite. So that they can come and blow it up later. Like some engineer had come in and decided like the specific spots when they're gonna take this place down, the most beneficial spots to plant the dynamite. So they were marked.
I thought you were gonna say it was a fallout shelter.
Oh no,
because those signs are pretty similar.
Yeah, they are.
Isn't that funny?
It's something similar that means like
disaster.
Put the dynamite here, basically.
It must be the universal disaster symbol.
It didn't look the same exact as a fallout shelter one, but it was similar, the circle that's sort of divided with
exactly. It's got kind of a cross in it.
Yeah, but this was like only two of the pie pieces were filled in, instead of the way that the biohazard one is like black and yellow or something. I don't remember, but anyway, it was just a shame. It was a shame. It kind of started to make this ache in my chest, because I love beautiful old buildings, and I hate the thought of no one loving them and caring for them. But
well, I got it too. So you were into that this week. I was into engineering flowcharts.
Oh, sounds like a nightmare.
No, it's so amazing. You can't imagine how many really cool and interesting engineering flowcharts there are.
Sounds mathy.
It's not. It's simplified for stupid morons.
Oh, maybe I would like it.
That's why it's made into a flow chart and turned into a meme for like Facebook. But you can actually go on Pinterest. I thought of you because it took me to Pinterest, but then I had to like sign in to really look at it. And I just didn't want to go get the piece of paper that had my password on it. So I kept the page there for like a whole day. That's what I do. Like I think, well, maybe later today I'll have time to go look for my password, and then I'll go look at more engineering flowcharts.
Wow. You and I have had
we've had
quite the exciting week.
We know how to have fun.
God.
So
I was so like antisocial and just like, well, first I had like a dead car and I can't leave anyway because there's lambs and all kinds of issues and I have to stay home.
Lambs.
And then I didn't see John. Like he would leave before I got up in the morning, and then home by the time I'm in bed. So I really didn't see him. I didn't see any people. And at one point I decided like I got to do something productive with this vacation, not vacation, whatever.
Staycation.
So I like took all the baskets of laundry. It's all clean, but there's no place to put laundry in our house because we don't have like enough drawers or closets for the clothes that we have. I decided I need to vacuum everything, so I'm going to put all the baskets of clothes just in my kids' room because they're not home.
Yeah.
And so I filled their entire room with baskets of clothes.
That was productive.
And then my mom and sister stopped by and they're like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "I'm trying to deal with all the laundry." Oh, the train's coming, Kristina. Again?
This is the second train.
Second or third train? Were there two before or just one?
Oh, you know what?
I think there were two, dude.
I bet the first one was a subway.
No.
Maybe. There could be.
Maybe not.
Could be a subway.
Let me see if I can open the window over here so you can get your train fix. I always accidentally hurt this card by George Lawrence here in the window.
I bet there are secret subways in Vermont. I bet some people know about them. Like Las Vegas, there's a whole underground system. Here we go.
There is a tunnel in Montpelier, yeah.
Here we go. It's pretty insistent today. Kind of aggressive. Wow, you know what it's like? It's like reading tea leaves. That's what it is. I knew there was something to it. No, it's true. It's true. Okay.
Well, there is a secret tunnel in Montpelier that goes from... It's the governor's secret
It's not
tunnel.
that secret.
I know, it's not. I like to pretend that it's secret.
Can I go?
Sure.
I can. How do you get there?
Well, John has to swipe his little card, so maybe you can't go unless he's with us.
You have to swipe a card to go in the tunnel?
Not like a credit card, like a security pass.
That means I can't go.
Well, you could go if you were with us. I've only been in it once.
Let's
But
do
it goes from like the tax department building all along State Street under the ground and pops up
Let's
in
do
that
this.
pavilion.
Let's have like an open dinner at the Wayside
Yeah.
with anybody who wants to come.
Okay.
And then we'll all go to the State House and John can take us all through with his swiper card.
Legislators exercise down there in during their lunch breaks and bad weather because it's a tunnel that goes along like under the street.
What do they do? Jog?
I guess.
Do push-ups? What is
they
their
just jog 'cause
exercise
it's long.
equipment?
It's like a long walking
Is there like
tunnel.
a rowing machine?
No, it's just a tunnel.
Are
Anyway,
there like monkey bars?
so back to my horrible
okay.
laundry story.
All right.
I was like, I'm doing the laundry, and my mom has like really horrible OCD, worse than mine, and it's the cleanest, neatest, tidiest person on the earth. So she thinks I'm a hideous pig. And so
Thanks,
I didn't
Mom.
want her to come up and see the giant disaster I'd made in the kitchen.
But she could tell just by looking at you that
she was like,
were hiding
no, it's
something.
fine. We'll help. And I was like, all right, if you're going to come up into this room, I said, you were going to zip your lips. You're not going to talk. You're not going to shriek. You're not going to voice your disgust.
It's called criticism.
Or any of those things. And she's like, of course I won't. So I'm like, okay. I open the door and she immediately is like, oh my God, Jesus. What on earth? She was like, how do people live like this? This is a nightmare. And I like, Mom.
That's so classic. How do you people live like this? That is classic.
I was like, Mom, you just said you were going to say anything. She's like, that's it. That was my final word.
Okay, next
But then
time,
she was like muttering under her breath the whole time.
Next time she doesn't get to say, how do you people live like this? That's it. Start making a list of things she cannot say and make her sign an agreement.
I should have made her
upstairs.
sign a contract before she went in that
Yeah.
room. I knew she wouldn't
That
be
would
able
be
to.
funny. Just pull out
hold
the
back. It's
contract when she
it's-
comes over because
I know.
it's an ongoing
But
issue.
to her credit, she folded clothes with me for about a half an hour, only muttering little quiet or obscenities under her breath now and then. But the end result was that everything is still covering the entire floor of their bedroom. It's just now like mathematically folded by her
I bet
in the same tubs.
I bet she rolled her eyes too, didn't she?
She went home thinking that her house was just so much cleaner than she thought it was, so that she got some smugness out of it.
And I could see her like picking up a piece of clothes and saying, "What's this?"
Yeah,
Right?
she did that many times.
I know she did that.
And at one point, she like bent over to like fish something out from underneath one of my kids' bureaus, like a Nerf dart that was like all covered in dust bunnies. And then she did this really dramatic coughing, choking, like, "Oh God, how can people stand this?"
Which people was she referring to? I don't know.
My children,
Like,
me.
people
I don't know.
generic?
I'm
Like-
sorry.
Like, how can the
Okay,
world
I
put
vacuum
up with
under the
this?
bureau like once a freaking year. Whatever.
I can't believe you didn't get that dust bunny.
How many people vacuum under their children's bureaus like more than once a year?
I will manually pick up dust bunnies if necessary. I did this morning.
I do that
because
all
the
the time.
realtor's coming, so I had to sort of manually go around.
Yeah,
even
in
though
the corner of my stairs because I don't like hauling the vacuum because we
Yeah.
use a shop vac and it's
Yeah.
big. It's hard to get up and down the stairs.
Well, let me tell you about using
so
a
I
broom.
scoop them up with my hands.
Yeah, well, if I use the broom, things still kind of drift back in. I don't know where they come from.
I
They
know.
just
You don't
sort
even
of
have dogs.
drift back in. I think there's so many drafts in the house that like
Yes.
the cat fur comes off and then it kind of starts to move.
they
like
definitely
it's like
kinda go to
tumbleweeds.
yeah, they go to like a certain spot in my house too. So it must be like the breezes end them up over there.
We're so into this, but we have to break for music. We have
Yeah,
to
we
have to
better.
cleanse our palate of this subject and move on after the song.
Okay,
Okay,
what are you gonna play?
it's called Tundra. It's,
How
y'all
fitting.
can figure it out. Okay. Tundra.
Are we back?
That was me.
I didn't even listen.
That's okay.
I would have listened if you said it was you.
That's the Wagtail CD.
Oh, I probably have heard it before. Because I have that CD,
I had Tundra on my mind.
I wonder why.
What's that Glenn Campbell song?
Gentle on My Mind.
Yeah.
We have a clogging dance to that song.
Okay.
I love that song.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
It's one of my go-to
Brilliant guy.
karaoke numbers.
Nice. Well, I had a big revelation this week.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, I finally figured out that snoozing people on Facebook for 30 days thing. You know that?
No.
Like if you read somebody's post and you just don't want to see it, you could get that drop-down menu. Right, the drop-down menu on the right that says
I never
stop.
monkey with any of that stuff because I tried to do something once and it turned all of my Facebook page into like Russian or something.
A different language. Remember
and I
that
couldn't figure out
happened
how to
to me.
undo it.
That
and
happened to
I'm
me.
just like, I'm not going to touch any of that stuff.
No,
I'm too dumb for this.
You can, I don't know, you can handle this.
You can turn all of your Facebook page into pirate speak too, which is kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I've never tried it personally, but somebody else said that they did it and it was really fun.
I mean, that's like in the list of languages.
I guess.
So you could choose Russian, French, pirate speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
I guess.
Okay.
I don't dare look. So this could be fake news.
Pig Latin.
Pig Latin.
That'd be kind of cool. It'd be hard to translate, but I guess now they have computers
Pig Latin is
that
not hard to translate.
No,
That's
it's hard
of
to
the easier languages.
No, it's hard to write out every word in Pig Latin. Igpatently, right?
God, it's been years since I used to do that, so I don't really know. I never wrote it. I would just say it.
Well, okay, so you have this option to snooze posts from a particular person, a particular friend for 30 days. And I thought, that's stupid. Why would you ever want to...
What, you think somebody's going to stop being annoying after 30 days?
Well, here's the thing, is I figured out it's when your friends go on exotic vacations and you just like... Because it happened
like
to me...
every single human I know this week because it's spring or it's whatever winter break.
So,
and everybody's got palm trees all over all their pictures.
Right, and I've been watching this, this really... person who normally I love her posts about Vermont and all this. Well, she's in Mexico, right?
Screw her.
For a while,
Totally
I was tolerating it for a while. I was actually enjoying it because she's really artistic. Her pictures are beautiful. But yesterday was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was a picture of her legs on a hammock, like she was shooting her legs, so you could see her bare legs, like she was in a warm place where you could have your legs without pants on them, and then.
You don't even do that in the summer.
Well, I know, but that's the whole thing. And I was like, I can't look at this stuff anymore.
I know.
And so I went. I thought, oh, this is perfect. I can just snooze her for 30 days. And then I thought of somebody else who you might know who was like on the beach stuffing coconuts down their bathing suit. And I said, That's it. That's enough. I am snoozing this person for at least 30 days. And I'm not going to talk to them when they get back either. Forget it.
In the 4 seconds I saw John this week, he came in and I was still awake, scrolling on things on my phone. And I said, you know what? I can't take it anymore. Every single person in the world is someplace warm. And I'm never anywhere warm. We never go anywhere. We never do anything. I'm just going to live and die in this bed.
You said that?
I did.
What he probably typically didn't say anything much back.
He just sort of said, hey. And then he went downstairs to take a shower. But although our dogs got wicked lucky last night because he came home really late and I already fed all the animals, and when he came home they tricked him into thinking they hadn't been fed, so he fed them like a huge extra big dose, so now everybody's like all like gassy and disgusting this morning.
Oh, it's a good thing you came here.
Yeah.
Good thing I picked you up.
Good thing you're going to come over for tea afterward. Maybe all their farts will be done by then. So
okay. Well.
You can have tea in peace.
Okay. Yeah. So I told you in the car that I had this quote.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Which I think might be helpful. It's just very simple.
Okay.
It's very simple. You'll either
Where'd you get this quote?
Oh, I don't know.
Like Chinese food, fortune cookie.
Where does all the world's wisdom aggregate? Facebook.
Oh.
But it doesn't really come from Facebook. It's coming from the world. It's coming from the information corners of the world where wise people are writing quotes. And
There's also some really unwise people, as I've found this week.
There must be a meme. There's meme machines, like meme.
Yeah, there's a meme machine.
And there's
like a meme filter.
There's GIF machines. And even friends of mine, they say, "Oh, I'm going to download an app that makes a GIF."
Is it a GIF or a GIF? Which is it?
It's a GIF. Come on, we don't have to have this conversation, this argument, every single week.
I don't remember us having it before.
Why, if it was GIF, it would be like the peanut butter, right? GIFF, GIF.
But it's kind of like giraffe.
Yeah, no.
That starts with a G.
Just don't make it that complicated.
I'm trying
Doesn't
not.
Matter.
It's just I don't understand things. Like we don't live around people who speak those words out loud, so I only ever see them written. And so there's lots of things in the world that I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, so I'm glad you don't have to say it because that's actually to your credit that you're not going around saying words like that. You're actually
whenever I
speaking
have
in
to
English.
say it, I actually spell it out. I say like, oh, it's one of those GIF things. I do that because I don't know how to say it, and I'm embarrassed.
Let's just decide right here that it's GIF, okay?
Okay.
Go with it. Go with it and
Probably Paul knows.
See what kind of trouble it gets you into to say GIF.
Do you know Paul? Paul knows.
Yeah, okay. He'll let us know. All right, so it's just now we've built this up. It's just stupid. Like it's really stupid. Now it feels like it's like the stupidest quote in the world.
What quote did you?
It's so overly obvious and it's kind of precious.
Well, now that you've built it up so much, you're gonna have to say it, whether you want to or not.
Okay,
so.
I'll try to do it justice. It says, "When you replace why is this happening to me," which is sort of the theme of this week. Why is this happening to me? Mm-hmm. With what is this trying to teach me? Then everything shifts.
Did Willie Nelson say that?
Would you like it if Willie Nelson said it?
Hell yes.
Okay.
I think he did say it, actually, Kristina.
Let's just say he said it.
That's not what he said. He said, Willie Nelson said, if you find something every day that you're grateful for, your whole world will shift, or something like that. I can't remember what he said, but it's something like that. Something about shifting.
I just want to point out that, do you practice that?
No.
You should, because Willie said it.
I should, because Willie said it. I should.
You should write it out.
But Willie's also a huge pothead, and I'm not, so... we're not full and complete soulmates, just close.
Now you're backing off.
I'm not backing off, but I'm just saying there are a couple things that we are not total twins on.
That's probably healthy. That you're learning how to individuate from Willie Nelson. I think that's good.
Good. I'm glad that you think that.
Okay, so anyway, but it's hard. It's hard.
I'm looking at your fingerless gloves over there, and I'm feeling guilty because my grandmother this last week tried to teach me to knit fingerless gloves. If I had listened, I could have knit you some, but
with the little stumps.
No, they're just like straight across, like hand warm, like wrist warmers,
like Pam Doyle made for me.
Yeah,
she made that
but I
refused hand knit,
and I said, I'm sorry. It's too late in my life for me to learn how to knit, and I'm not going to do it. So you can badger me all you want.
That's right.
Grammy Sammy, but I can't do it. And so Jen very
suck it up, Grammy.
Kindly learned how to knit. But the wrist warmers she made you probably wouldn't like because they're like bubblegum pink, and I can't really see you wearing them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's definitely.
I will do any craft project, but I draw the line at knitting. I cannot do that.
Can you sew clothes?
Yes.
Okay. You would have liked my grandfather. He would have taken you to Walmart to get some polyester fabric to make a shirt.
What? Why Walmart?
Because he always went to the cheapest place, like that drugstore, to buy fabric. He was a master tailor, which was so ironic because he'd take you down to the drugstore and say, pick anything out you want. It's like everything was so awful. But you'd have to pick something, right? So you'd pick the least awful of what was there, and then he'd like whip up a shirt in an afternoon, like 3 hours.
Cool.
He'd be
that
done.
Is cool. I'm not like a good seamstress tailor person, but I can do it.
Yeah.
But knitting, no. I don't. Yeah. I just can't.
That's because you get too many emails.
Well, it's like counting too. It's like knit 2 pearl 3.
Right. But life is so complex, and there's so many things coming at us that like tax our brain. Like I realize I have this real.
I couldn't concentrate on something like that.
I have a pet peeve.
I have so many pet peeves.
I have a huge pet peeve.
What?
Filling out forms. Like for banks and realtors and stuff, which I had to do. I had to do for like 2 weeks straight.
Just be glad your kids aren't in school anymore, or even the ones that are. You're not filling out their forms anymore. They're filling out their own damn forms.
And health insurance.
Every year, my kids start school, and we get this like 19-page form of all the emergency information to fill out. Okay, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I just filled all this out last year. Everything is exactly the same. Exactly. There should be a little checkbox that says, if your information is exactly the same as last year, check this, and then we'll just reuse last year's papers, and we won't waste a bazillion trees.
Exactly.
And you won't have to take like an entire evening where, even though you don't drink, you sit there and you want to drink because you're filling out your kid's social security number and your insurance card numbers and all these things over and over and over.
That's what I did last night. Yeah. And I did have a drink. Because I couldn't stand it, because the realtor had given, I have a new realtor, and so she gave me the same form, and she said, sorry, I have your old one, but you have to fill out a new one for us. And so I had to like have the two together on the...
She should fill it out. If she has your old form, she should just take and transfer all the information herself.
I guess she knows.
Like, they're getting a cut of your house when it sells, aren't they? What are they getting paid for? So that you can fill out their forms? That's dumb. Yeah. You should get paid.
I know. It was so painful, it hurt my brain. It hurt my heart and my brain to be spending it was at least 2 hours to get to copy the form.
That's horrible.
It was really horrible. And I've had to do so much like that. I can't stand it. But I hate authority. I disdain authority intensely. Just like in high school, I disdained authority. And so the grade administrator would like haul me off to his office and he'd say, I don't like girls like you. And it was a good call because
I was the opposite in high school because I was terrified of authority.
Well, I am that type of girl. I didn't get into like a lot of trouble, but when there was something I thought was like wrong, like I don't know, what do you say? Oh, look out the window, there's a crow's nest right in that tree. That's incredible. It's right in front of us.
What?
But you know, if I was morally offended, see right there?
I guess. Right there? Is that what it is?
I think so. It just kind of sat down in something way up in the tree. I think it must be a nest. What else would it be sitting in?
Are you talking about that tree right there?
No, this big one right here. That's a huge tree.
This tree?
No, not that. This tree. What? See where I'm pointing?
No. Yes, but see, you're sitting in a different spot than me, so where you're pointing looks like where I'm pointing, but it's not.
Well, look, so I think I am that type of girl.
I am inside, but outside I'm always quaking with fear and I never stand up for anything.
Well, like, how do you give people the finger with, you know, that the whole...
I've never given anyone the finger in my entire life.
This is the thing, is I don't think I ever have, but I have developed ways to do it with words.
Not me.
Yes,
I only went to the principal's office once in my twice. Once when I was in first grade. And then, I mean, I didn't have a lot of opportunities to go to the principal's office because after first grade, I was homeschooled for all my childhood. But then I went in high school. I did go to public school, and I went to the principal's office once because I threw an eraser at a boy who pegged it at my head first. He did not go.
And how did it go?
Nothing. I just had detention. I just had to sit there for like an hour after school.
With the principal? Was he there?
Just outside his office. Just
in a chair. Like they sit you in a chair.
It just felt wrong because like
I hate that when they sit you in chairs.
It was like self-defense basically. I mean, I didn't have to throw the eraser back at him, I suppose, but
I got a little testy with some bankers this week. I would say I flipped the bird at a couple bankers, but with using my words. You know how they always say, use your words. Use your words. Like you want to go up and punch somebody.
I should be able to use my words.
So I use my words.
I usually have good words that I can use, but I never dare. What words did you use?
Just wait. Give you 20 years. I got 20 years on you.
I'm so afraid of everything. I'm so afraid of people's anger.
No. When you don't, it's when you stop caring. It's like, I don't care if you like approve me for a mortgage. I really don't. Because if you don't give me a mortgage, I'll do it some other way. Like, I know myself well enough. I'm not going to give up. And I almost swore, but I'm not gonna. Okay, we have to go to a song, but
Is there another train coming? Or is that just the highway? It's like a train Super Bowl
of trains in South Royalton today.
It is just
I
the
hear
highway. It's it's because
Is
it's
it-
cold and sound travels
It's
further in the cold. Is that true?
Yeah,
No.
it's brittle today. It's brittle.
For some reason. I thought sound traveled better when it was moist out, and it's not moist when it's cold, right? You know, like up at my house, which is some 12 miles away from the train, you can hear the train on rainy days perfectly well, clear as a bell.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of insulation of snow.
True,
there's
and there's
a lot
no
of hard,
leaves and
hard
things.
surfaces with so much ice around. Everything's icy and bouncing around. So. Okay, so let's see.
All right, what are you going to play?
It's called
I got to sneeze soon, I think.
Hard-Hearted Hills. This is Pete Sutherland.
Okay.
I wish to God those glaciers would have stayed at home instead of running down these mountains like they done. I wish the salty seas still washed the valleys like they did so long before these people come. I'd be seeking solace on some shell-strewn beach, have high, high peaks to climb and win. No need to heed the mindless murmuring of them stone-blind streams that come tumbling from the hard-hearted hills. In the hard-hearted hills, with your heels dug in, you can hug the rocks like moss, or you can moan like the wind. And in the hard-hearted hills, with your arms held high, you can reach for all your worth, but you'll never touch the sky. I have a dream within a dream where I lie sleeping. 500,000 tons of granite on my back. I am surrounded by an ocean's worth of fossils. They seem to glow just like they know they're coming back. And I dream the glaciers once again moving. I feel the pounding of the sea within the shell, and I wake to hear an endless roll of thunder. I hear it echo in the hard-hearted hills. I hear it echo.
that has sound effects.
What was that?
I don't know. It sounds like the wind or something.
I mean, who was that?
Oh, that was
Sorry.
Pete Sutherland.
Oh, yeah, you said that at the beginning.
Yeah, what a
We
good
were
guy.
just ranting about paperwork and taxes and bankers, and I completely forgot.
Yeah, and the same thing happened with Health Connect. I call it Vermont Health Disconnect.
Oh my God.
That's what it is.
So bad.
Yeah, it's so bad. You know, I've been trying to get like the minimal health insurance since last October, and I still don't have it because they asked me for verification of my income, and so I sent them my tax returns from 2018 because that's the only thing I have.
Right.
That's still all I have, and they keep rejecting it. And then a guy called me, and it sounded like they were going to accept it, and then I get a notice that they rejected it. And then this was really fun yesterday. I got this email from them saying, well, you have to change your password or we're going to close down your account. So I went and I followed all the steps. And then it came to the security question. And it said, what's the last name of your first grade teacher? And so it's Miss Earl. You know, I put Earl. And it was wrong. And so I thought, well, maybe I spelled it with an E on the end. So I submitted that and like, it was wrong. And like, how do you get that wrong? Right? And so so now they're going to shut down my account at Vermont Health Disconnect because of Miss Earl.
They always send us, like, you have to do everything like every 6 months or whatever for them.
When you're self-employed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, like, they send you the notice that if they don't get your reapplication or whatever within the next, they put the date in it. It's like 4 days from like the time you get the thing. But 2 of those days will be like weekend days when you can't get the information from like, say, employers or whatever.
Right, exactly.
And then you have to take a day off and drive around and get the stuff unless you have like a friggin' fax machine or something, which no one does. You have to get stuff like signed. You have to get stuff actually signed by people.
Yeah.
And then you mail it back, and before the deadline is even up, like the day before the deadline's up, you get your cancellation in the mail saying you didn't
Right.
do this in time. And I'm
Like with insurance.
but it's not time yet. You said by this day, and now it's the day before, and you've already canceled me. But it's all computerized. Like I have actually, I never, you know, am nasty to authority, but I have questioned that a few times because I am always stuck calling them. And then you have you're on hold for about an hour before you can even talk to a person. And I'm like, look, I'm canceled again a day before, you know, you guys even said the cancellation was coming through, and I've got everything. But do you realize, like, when you automatically send these out to people and you give them these 4 days, 2 of those days aren't even real days because they're a weekend and you can't get this information.
I know.
But
you know, isn't it nice that sometimes you get emails that sort of balance that out, like from the depths of despair that come from the bureaucracy. I got this email this morning, and this was the headline. It was, "Pencils you should know." Pencils you should know.
Like what? Ticonderoga number 2? Like, what do you mean?
I was really interested in what that was, so I clicked on it. Because I'm sure there are pencils that I should know.
Hey, I'm a somewhat of an expert on pencils because we went to the Museum of Everyday Life one time when their entire museum was devoted to pencils. And
good for you.
And I actually even wore a pencil costume and took a picture selfie of myself.
Oh man, you should have gotten this email. I'll forward it to you.
Okay. All right.
It was a connection to the New York Review of Books gift section where they're selling note cards that feature a graphic like pencils. It features pencil packaging and erasers and pencil stubs and pencil shavings. And there's this company in New York that specializes in pencils. It's like an emporium of pencils, new and vintage.
Wow.
And so you see what I'm saying?
You can make some really interesting art out of pencils.
Pencil art.
I don't mean like drawing with them, actually. No, like when you glue all the pencils together.
You could like Lincoln logs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you want to?
I don't know. I'll have to show you some pictures of things I took of this museum because it was a whole door frame made of colored pencils, like all different. That was cool. And if you glue them all together in a big pile, you can like cut them with a scroll saw.
Sure.
And then polish it, and it looks like just crazy high end.
Oh yeah.
sculpture.
I know what you're saying.
I don't even
I
know
know
how
what
to
you're saying when
describe
you
it, but-
cross-cut things. Sometimes like it's like getting a cross-cut of a tree or
Yeah,
something
it
like
was
that,
very
but it's a
cool.
pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really had been trying to unsubscribe from the New York Review of Books for a long, long time. I keep trying to unsubscribe from it, but because I got a subscription to children's books for my grandkids a couple years ago, they just refuse to take me off the list somehow, or I keep getting resubscribed, But then I keep getting suckered into stuff like they also had they had a solar system paperweight. Wouldn't that be cool? I know you don't like space, but I think you'd like this solar
Yeah, that
system
probably would be
paperweight.
cool. That
And they
sounds
had
nice.
rainbow fountain pens.
Ooh, that
And
sounds nice,
they
too.
had a mug that had like Emily Bronte characters on it.
That sounds nice, too.
So I guess I'm not going to try to unsubscribe anymore. I just kind of give into it.
That sounds like more good than evil.
I think so. It's way better than,
I got an email this week
some
that
things.
said, "Oh, like warning, your Zumba instructor license is about to expire. You better
Uh-oh.
re-up it." And I was like,
Oh, shoot.
I stopped paying that like 3 years ago, and it expired 3 years ago. Have I had it all along, and I didn't even know it? Because like I haven't been teaching it for a long time.
Did you want to teach it?
No, I don't. I'm like done with teaching it, and I let my license lapse because it's really expensive. It's like you have to spend like $300 and something
I
a
didn't
year
know that.
to keep your license up, and then you have to go to trainings and stuff.
Who
And
gets the money? The person, the Zumba.
the
head
Zumba Empire? Yeah, which is actually, I gotta say, for all the business empires out there, it's pretty good because the guy who started it was like this, dance instructor who actually was aerobics instructor who is homeless from Cuba and living in his car in Florida while he was teaching aerobics, and he like ran out of, or he forgot the music for his like little uptight suburban mama like aerobics class one day, so he just stuck in some of his own cassette tapes of like really fun Latin dance music, and then all the Desperate Housewives loved it so much that he just made Zumba. But anyway,
That's happy.
and he had just really good business plans, like no other dance types. Everything's like really, what's the word? There's like copyrights on everything. Like you can't steal anything. And he said any Zumba anything is free for anybody anywhere. Like all the music is copyright
Open
free.
source,
All
great.
the routines are copyright free. Everyone can take them and use them and blah, blah, blah. You just had to pay this fee every year. But it always went to like good stuff. He was a charitable person. But anyway,
I see.
I didn't.
You
I
didn't-
let it lapse a long time ago because I don't
Okay.
teach anymore.
Yeah.
But apparently, according to Zumba, like they've been keeping my license updated
Isn't that
all
funny?
this friggin' time.
Oh, just you better check they were.
I'm a little
Charging
worried
your
because it
credit
was on
card.
John's credit card, and I'm
Yeah.
worried that it like automatically,
Yeah.
even though I haven't been teaching for
Because
2
who goes
years.
through that credit card? You guys are so busy.
No,
and you
we
have,
never
like,
do. Like-
farmers go through their credit card statements carefully? I doubt
But
it.
they're always like, they always seem unreasonably high, our bills, and I'm like, Jesus, we got to stop
Yeah.
like living off the credit card so much.
Yeah.
But I actually literally wonder now.
Yeah. I found something about $300
If things like that automatically
that
went out.
I didn't recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff. Like my Flickr fees are just automatic withdrawal or onto the credit card every month.
Yeah.
I just kind of just don't remember that. And then I see their credit card bills
Yeah.
are so high.
Right. My websites.
Yeah.
I have like 5 websites.
You do.
Yeah.
And then are they the same prices now? They changed over to that new
I think I decided to pay
not Bedazzle, what is it?
Bandzoogle.
Bandzoogle.
I decided to pay like one fee for the year.
Does
So
that
I
make it
can't
better?
I can't remember how it broke out. I think it's slightly more expensive, but it's so much better. So I wasn't like
haven't
it might
really
have
figured
might
out
have been
how to use it
$5
exactly
more
yet.
expensive.
Or I haven't tried to add anything or do anything
Yeah, it's
to mine since
very
they changed over. So
Very slick. It's very good.
I'll have to
They know
figure
what
it
they're
out.
doing, so I thought, okay, I'll pay an extra $5 and I'll just get it over with instead of paying monthly. I used to just pay, like $10 a month.
I like had left my dead Subaru insurance like automatically withdrawing out of my credit. I don't have a credit card. John only has a credit card.
Oh,
out
that's
of
dangerous.
Out of my bank account.
Is dangerous.
Yeah, and then I was like, all right, the car's been dead for a year, and I've been paying $50 a month on it, automatically withdrawing from my thing. But the problem is they had to send me a form which I had to sign to release me from the insurance.
Yeah, they make it hard.
After they sent it to me, like it got lost, so I had to have them send me another one.
And you see, meanwhile,
and then it's just like I just couldn't get it into the mail for like a month, and I'm like,
it's all set up that way. You only get rich because you're a crook, for the most part. Like at least for billionaires, they're crooks. We have to get off the air. We have like a minute.
What?
Yeah,
that went very quickly.
It sure did. I hope it went quickly for our listeners. Hi, listeners.
Hello.
We are here with you, not laughing at you.
What?
I don't know.
I'm laughing at you.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we'll be back next week, and we're looking forward to it as usual. So
I know.
I'm going to go out on a Julie James song called Distances Between.
And it's a town meeting week coming up, guys. Go to that and do your civic
do something
duty.
good.
Or at least make a pie. I'm sick of making the pies myself.
All right.
Just kidding. Everybody makes pies, but you people should too.
See you next week.
Bye.
I've waited this past year of my life for you to come around again, to look me in the eye, to take me in your arms, to let our spirits fly. And you who are steady as they come, wait patiently for me to let you go. You offer your friendship gentle and kind, but distances between us only grow. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be aligned, if hearts can be aligned. So much love, a friend for me to find in you. What is it with me that's set on making love? I want you all, like dancing on wings, birds in flight. I want you all, and oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be aligned, if hearts can be. So much love, a friend for me to find in you. and ignored me some. You teased me till I was about to come out of my skin and into your heart. I want you all. And you who are steady as they come, wait patiently for me to let you go. You offer your friendship, gentle and kind, but distances between us only grow. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be, if hearts can be in love, a friend for me in you. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be, if hearts can be in love, a friend for me in you. And oh, it makes me wonder if hearts can be aligned, if hearts can be aligned. So much love, a friend for me to find in you, a friend for me in you, a friend for me to find in